spicy Steph. Yes. That was a packed week. So let's go coast to coast. The Suns are just like a literal swirling ball of fire right now. They just keep winning, and that includes finishing their 4-game road trip with back-to-back wins against the Knicks and the Nets over the weekend. And they're now at 16 wins in a row. What's the most impressive part about this streak, Chiney?
They're playing better defense, and they also have an increased pace, which leads to Chris Paul assists with the run and gun. Devin Booker, really knocking down shots. So all things are moving in the right direction.
They are looking incredible. But the Warriors, the winners of their last 7 straight, they get their shot at the Suns on Tuesday. And after yesterday's performance, Stephen Curry has made 100 career games with 7 3-pointers. That's 58 more than any other player. Oh, and by the way, he became the fastest player to make 100 threes in the season, needing just 19 games to do so. So, Ramona, is Steph the leading MVP candidate right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I'm one of those who voted for Steph last year because of how he did with a team that was not as good, but it's what he's doing defensively that is most impressive. He had 6 steals yesterday, Malika. 6
steals. And after a triple overtime loss to the Kings on Friday, the Lakers, they eked out one against the Pistons yesterday, continuing their trend of alternating wins and losses over the last 6 games. The Lakers' big 3 combined for 82 points. That's just too shy of matching their most for the season. Was this the best performance for the big 3 this season, Mark?
This is disappointing. I don't care how many points they score. This is the Detroit Pistons. They just lost to the Kings without Harrison Barnes or Holmes.
But they
need to do better.
They opened it up in the third and they beat the Pistons.
These are 3 Hall of Famers, perhaps the greatest player of all time.
You didn't like all the points they put up together as a big 3, or?
No.
You know that you got to take a look at this tweet, though.
Game.
Following the win against the Pistons, Kendrick Perkins was on Twitter, so he tweeted, "Carry the hell on." And then LeBron James responded, "You're absolutely right. Totally agree with you. Carrying on with this glass of wine in my hand as I type this little flex."
Well, they could carry the hell on about the Pistons and the Kings, making them challenged. That this team is supposed to be much better than that.
Well, they have to beat the teams that are in front of them, right?
Should we be concerned?
This is my turn to ask questions. I think I think
Mark's fired up over there.
Right, Mark is fired up. I'm like, all right, we're going to let it go.
I'm not feeling that tweet, though.
Okay. Yeah. All right, well, Mark, we do this every Monday. We ask who stood out over the weekend and who needs to step it up. So let's start with the team that was the biggest winner of the weekend, Chiney.
Phoenix Suns, clearly, I just love the brand of basketball that they're playing. And you know what I realized, during the span of their win streak, their pace has been extremely impressive. Their defense has been great. Mikal Bridges has been holding it down. Was it 7 steals against the Nets? So, yeah, a lot of times, and I know we're going to talk about the big matchup versus the Warriors coming up, but, these 2 teams that are known for their shooting have been doing it with defense, which is commendable.
Look, I mean, I think the Suns, they know who they are. And they are really good right now, and that's a sense of belief and a sense of purpose that they have out there. I'm excited for this game on Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Excited. Home and home. Phoenix Warriors.
Really early shaky start, and now it's like kaboom. I'm so excited to see them.
Yeah.
Mark?
And the fact that they've done this after the Sarver thing. We don't even talk about the Sarver deal anymore. Unbelievable. They've obviously decided to push it out of their brain.
Who's your biggest winner?
Basketball. What's that?
Who's your biggest winner? Is it the Suns or is it that team?
I'm gonna say the Warriors.
Okay.
Because they figured out a way to still stay ahead of the Suns. Even with all these amazing wins, they're still ahead of them. And still playing at a high level.
So if we're talking about the good, I'm all about the good. We also need to talk about who needs to step it up. And I have a feeling, Mark, that you have some strong opinions about this. Who needs to step it up?
The Lakers.
Oh, we're shocked. I couldn't tell. We're shocked.
But the one thing you got to understand, this is out of respect.
Yeah.
I expect more from this team. They're supposed to be phenomenal. I picked them to win the West. I want more. So this isn't I'm hating. This is tough love.
Okay.
No, I tell you, I watch them every night. It's hard. It's hard to watch. It's not good basketball. I think the team that needs to step up, this is a little bit of a backhanded compliment, okay? But I think it's the Philadelphia 76ers. You got your guy back. Joel Embiid is back. They kept it. They tried to hold it down without him. It didn't go all that well, although I thought they competed. But he's back. 42 points in that game against Minnesota. That was one of the best games I've seen all year. Minnesota, winners of 6-7. They should be. They look like they're going to be in the play-in tournament, or at least contending for that. But I think it's Philadelphia. This is a team that had eyes on it the Eastern Conference Championship this year. They've had a lot of injury setbacks. Joel was out for 9 games with COVID. This is now the time where you got to get it going.
Tobias Harris also missed some time. They've missed some time with their core. So right now, let's see it.
Yeah.
Janae, who do you think?
If I had to, I like this. I like being Switzerland. If I had to identify a team in the East, I would go with Philly. You know, for obvious reasons, they're just getting Joel back. But you sometimes are nervous for Joel because it seems like he's always trying to manage just good enough so that he can be good enough for them in the playoffs. But like, what is that ceiling? And then obviously they're still dealing with the lack of Ben Simmons. But on the other side, I'm right there with you with the Lakers. I mean, I played for the Los Angeles sports teams, the Sparks, and you know what that pressure is. You know what that expectation is. It's hard to assimilate 12 new players, and they've had enough time. Glad that they got it. No matter what, you got to play against the opponent that's right in front of you. So yeah, I understand that we have high expectations. But I will say this: they have an opportunity. But they have an opportunity in front of them to rewrite some of the recent bad history coming up against the Kings, the one that they just lost. That's tomorrow or the day after. And then on Friday we have the first battle. Yeah, we have the first battle of LA. Versus the Clippers.
Listen to what you just said.
What?
They're trying to right things against Sacramento.
Well,
and I love my boys in NorCal, but
you asked a question. You turned the tables.
I like this angry Spears. This is fun.
Spears showed up frustrated. He did ask the question whether or not the Lakers had a big enough sample size. They've had enough games, but have they had enough games with everybody healthy?
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.